Everyone. So today I am with Naomi
Hello.
and we are going to be talking about her program with me. So, how long was our program? How long did we work together towards your goals?
Our program was about a year long.
Where were you before you started the coaching program on your fitness journey?
So I had just broken up with my really long-term boyfriend, and I was like 230 pounds, and I was not happy with myself. I wasn't comfortable in my body. I kind of was scared for like my own health because I was still young. I think I was 22 or 23 at the time. And yeah, like I knew that something had to change. So then I spent like a month or two trying to like lose weight by like eating less and trying to kind of go on walks. And then I saw some progress there, but then I knew that like I needed some extra help. I knew that like I didn't have proper knowledge when it came to nutrition or came to like doing exercises. So I kind of like saw you on Instagram, and I saw your YouTube as well, and like the workouts that you were doing were really nice, and they looked easy enough to do at home, especially because I was worried about going to the gym. I was super self-conscious about that. Like, you're self-conscious, and then you see people at the gym and they're so beautiful, they're sexy, they're on their game, they're drinking like these protein shakes with their like cups, and you have no idea what you're doing. And you kind of like, for me, I remember just like going on the treadmill, and I didn't even know like what incline was or what like speed was right for me. So that's how I started.
So, you said you broke up with your boyfriend. What was the straw? Like, what was the final straw, basically, when you're like, fuck this, fuck all this, I need to find someone to help me? Like, you're doing your thing, you're going by yourself, and then you're just like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. I can't do this by myself. I need some help. Like, what was the final straw?
So I would say that, okay, wait, let me just like clarify your question. Do you mean like the final straw in when I asked for help, or when I was like something needs to change like now?
Like, something needs to change, like, now. And then that made you reach out for help.
Yeah, okay. So I just like, in the days leading up to like that life-changing moment where I kind of like decided I needed to be on my own, I was like, I could not recognize myself in the mirror. I couldn't even look in the mirror. And I knew that like I had more worth than what I was giving for myself in this life. I knew that like I was young. I wasn't happy. Like I could envision my life a certain way with this person, but I wasn't completely living to my best potential. And so, like, I remember sitting down, and he was like on his computer with like, not to shit on him, but he was like on his computer, and he had all this trash there. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, you gotta go. And, like, I remember the day after, like, just looking in the mirror, and the first thing that I wanted to do was like look up something. Like, okay, like what do I need to eat on a daily basis so that I can like track myself, or I could start myself off into like a new lifestyle, cuz I was doing junk food. Like, I was eating Mexican food, I was going to like McDonald's, like whatever was cheap, whatever was easy. I was eating more than 3 times a day, and I was eating
Right.
big 2,000 calorie portions. So, yeah, like that was basically it. I would.
Yeah. Being able to, like, looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing yourself is tough.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
remember like when I reached out, like when I saw you online and stuff, that was the moment where I knew that, I guess I kind of already said this, but I knew that I could only get so far. Like, and it was kind of like an acceptance thing for me. Like, I was kind of prideful in like trying to do everything myself, but then I accepted in the moment, like, you know what, it's okay to have help. It's okay to not know what you're doing. um, and it's not scary at all, like, because you see all of these things and you're like, is this a scam? Like, are they really
Yeah.
me? But yeah, there's no harm in reaching out.
So, what is the biggest thing that you learned during the coaching process with me? What is like the biggest thing that you took away for your health journey?
So, the biggest thing I have to say is nutrition. So, like, I did not know how much nutrition and dieting played a part in weight loss, in a weight loss journey. Um, Like, I used to think going into it, you had to be in the gym like 6 times a week. You had to be doing crazy hard cardio to like get results. You had to be tired all the time. But in reality, like after losing over 100 pounds, like when I started following like your meal plans and like looking at the recipes that you were making and like figuring out how to be on a caloric deficit, I was started losing weight like that. Like I used to be losing weight here and there, maybe like a pound every couple weeks or something. But then when I started like really going into my macros and like eating protein rich foods, I was losing like a pound a week, 2 pounds a week, like whatever was healthiest for my body because I was heavier at the time. So at the time it was like 2 pounds a week, eating at a caloric deficit. And yeah, that was like the biggest takeaway that I had gotten from it. And when that had happened, like I saw the most results super fast and in a healthier way too. Like yeah.
Yeah, and now you're the pro. Now you're making
Yeah,
recipes.
yeah, I really am. I love like just putting chicken and broccoli and carrots in the oven, just sprinkling like a little bit of seasoning. It just like a little goes a long way, and that will keep you so full. It's amazing.
So when we were on the journey, what month was it when you started to see the biggest progression? When was it like you were like, okay, month two, month one? Like when did you start to see yourself change and when did you start to feel like, oh my God,
Yeah,
it's
it's
working?
actually perfect because so like my whole journey started in like the end of December. So I can like really track a year long's progress journey. So in January, that's when I kind of like started, and then February, March is kind of where I was like, okay, I need extra help. And then I remember like in April, May, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, damn, like who is that? And like my butt was looking good too. the,
The most
the
important.
most important thing for sure. Oh, and like I wanted to focus as well on like my upper body. Like I didn't want to have like saggy boobs, and like I could see a difference in that as well because I knew that like when you are at my weight at the time, like
Mhm.
if you just lose weight and you don't do it right, you're gonna have a lot of loose skin. And that was like my biggest concern. That's why like I chose to like look up stuff and chose to like reach out because I didn't want that happening to me. Like I didn't want to have a new body and then look good on the outside, but then when I took off my clothes I was even more unhappy.
Right.
So, yeah, with that being my biggest concern in March and April, like I could see that even though that I was losing weight, my body was toning too in ways that I was super happy with. So,
It takes time. It definitely takes time. And, when I train in person, I have clients and I train them in person and they're losing weight. We can see that the body fat is going down because we have the scale that scans you, but they're not seeing the number on the scale go down. I'm just like, don't worry about the scale. Just stick to the plan. And some people, it's mostly women because we're so focused on the number on the scale, they just cannot get over it sometimes. And I'm like, don't worry about the number. Just keep
it's
going
true.
because it's totally true. It's a mindset that you just have to change.
I remember like being in that position too. Like I would be because I was at a caloric deficit already, and I was eating already like less than what I was used to, and then I
Mhm.
would weigh myself the next day, and I would like have gained a pound, and I would like kind of beat myself up over it. But then I would also say like, okay, don't give up. Like there's a lot of factors that could be involved. Like you're going to the gym, you're lifting weights, you drank a lot of water, like just see what happens. And it's true, like
Right.
that 1 pound that like went up on the scale meant nothing. Like my body
Right.
changed in the most positive way.
What would you say to anyone who's more on the fence about receiving help on their weight loss journey and they're kind of scared to take the chance? They don't really know how to reach out for coaching and they just are skeptical of getting a coach or finding help.
It's okay to ask for help. Like you don't have to go through it alone. Like this journey, this progress is not something that like you have to defeat on your own.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what I tell people as well. Have fun in San Jose. I'm excited for you. You're going to make a
Thank
killing.
you. It was
Yay.
fun. Thank you for choosing me.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, girlie.